New MultiVersus patch just dropped and it altered the tier list a lot. Not to mention, I made a lot of mistakes in my last tier list video because I hadn't played the game as much as I have now. And after playing about 50 hours of this new season, I'm finally ready to make a definitive tier list. Let's get into it. Starting off with Harley Quinn. I think last time I put her in the absolute top tier and she's going to earn herself a spot there once again. She is ridiculously easy to do strings. Some of her moves are just straight up broken, such as her neutral air, such as her neutral attack, such as her downwards tilt, the sliding move that combos into her up tilt. She has so many brainless combos to the point where you cannot say that this character isn't broken. They're going to nerf her eventually, I'm pretty sure of it. I have to put Bugs Bunny in S tier. I really wanted to put him in A tier, but he just has too many insane moves. His safe move is absolutely insane. His rocket move is great. His neutral air is amazing, and his up air, don't even get me started on it. It is probably the best kill move in the game, definitely the best up air in the game, if not Joker. We'll talk about that later. His down air into up air is an absolutely ridiculous kill confirm. His perks are all amazing. They all have their benefits. This character is just extremely strong. I do not think he's broken, but I think he is very good. The true definition of an S tier in my opinion. After they removed Finn's gem move, I considered this character low A tier. However, every single time I see a Finn, every single time I use Finn, he inches would definitely be a better word to use. He inches closer to S tier every single time. However, I'm going to put him very high A tier. Let me explain. His neutral game is probably the strongest in the game. We all know that. But his neutral air is absolutely insane. Taking away the gem move did not really hurt his recovery. He still has his side special, and he has a plethora of 0 to death combos thanks to his neutral air. I do believe that this character will be nerfed eventually. However, I don't think they'll take away what makes him special. They will just take away his neutral air that lets him do 0 to death combos. If I had been 0 to death comboed one more time than I actually have, I would probably put this character in S tier, but it has just been so conditional. It feels like they have to hit a fully charged up smash at 0% in order to land a 0 to death combo, but it definitely is in the game, and it definitely does hurt when it happens to you. So Finn is no lower than A tier. Shaggy is a character that so many people believe to be S tier, and I am not one of those people. This guy has some extremely strong moves. His side special is obviously a very good move, but it became a lot worse now that you can parry it. In the recent patch, they made his neutral air no longer combo into his jab string, which I think hurt him a lot because his neutral air was such a good move before. He obviously has his up tilt. He obviously has his up air. He has a lot of good moves, and putting him in B tier would just be absolutely stupid. However, I don't think his moves warrant him a spot in S tier. In fact, I believe that he is a mid A tier. He is very easy to play, and that is why a lot of people struggle against this character. However, I don't think he is as good as people act like he is. In this new patch, Steven Universe was nerfed. They nerfed his down air slightly, which, let's be real, is completely negligible. That was not one of his best moves. That was not what made this character very good. What makes this character so good is his side special, his down special, his up special, his shield, and his watermelon I'm speaking of. His up air is absolutely insane. He has a running shield move where he like glides on a shield. That's absolutely insane. I've used this character a little bit. He is definitely hard to use. However, he is definitely a top tier. Is he S tier? I don't feel quite comfortable putting him there yet. I do think that he is a little better than Shaggy though, so I'm going to put him mid A tier. I think last tier list I put this guy B tier. I could not have been more wrong. He is not B tier. I feel like Superman is an extremely strong character. However, I do not think that he deserves to be nerfed. I think this character is low S tier, and I think that he is completely balanced. He has some armored moves that are absolutely ridiculous. He has some amazing command grabs. He is obviously very easy to play. However, I don't feel like I'm in an unfair situation when I fight Superman. He feels very slow, and although he has some extremely strong moves, I don't think that he is completely broken. I'm going to put him low S tier, and I believe that is a very good spot for him. Let me know if you agree on that one, because I know it's going to be controversial. I feel like a lot of people want to put him in uninstall or even very low tier, but I just feel like he's S tier. Tom and Jerry is probably the most respected high tier in this game. No matter how good he is, I feel like people respect Tom and Jerry players just because he is so hard to play. I guess that's pretty irrelevant to what I'm about to say, but he definitely has the best projectile in the game. Tom himself has a very ridiculous range on his down air that spikes. He has a very good range on his up air. His up special with Jerry is very good. After shooting Jerry, his up special is also very good. He has very strong moves. Yes, he is hard to play, but we cannot look aside how good this character actually is. I think he is the perfect spot for S tier, mid S tier. I think he's the most obvious mid S tier in this list. They nerfed Wonder Woman's Lasso of Truth, but I think they forgot to nerf a few moves, such as her down special, such as her forward air, such as her neutral air, such as her up tilt, such as every single one of her moves. The lasso wasn't even her best move. It wasn't even close to her best move. It was obviously a very good move, and the fact that it didn't have a cooldown to begin with is absolutely ridiculous, but this nerf did not hurt this character that much. I still think that Wonder Woman is the best character in the entire game. She's absolutely insane. If I were to list off all of Wonder Woman's broken moves, it would actually be every single one of her moves. The way I like to describe this character is they took the best move from every single character for every slot. If there was any character on this roster that I really think needed some attention, it was definitely Velma. Velma is so bad to the point where I really don't see a purpose in using her. She has one good move, the megaphone move, and even that is like decent. There's really nothing special about this character, and she is in contention for worst character in the game in my opinion. I can't believe they didn't buff her. It's kind of offensive to Velma mains. If you're a Velma main, honestly, at this point, just switch characters, because if they didn't see a problem with her now, they are probably never going to see a problem with her. Sorry to interrupt. I'm editing right now. I don't even know where I put this in the video, but if you're enjoying, make sure to subscribe. I don't get paid for this video. I'm making this on my own free will. I just want subscribers, man. I'm going to be dropping Street Fighter content, more MultiVersus content, fighting game content in general is, I think, the direction I want to take this channel. So if you're into that, just drop me a subscription, man. See y'all later. Kaz was buffed hard in this new patch. If you don't know what they did to this guy, basically his side special, if it is fully off of cooldown, now does 1 more damage. I don't even know what was the point of buffing him if they were just going to make him do 1 more damage, but he's in the exact same spot I rated him last time. I think that he is a bad character with 3 extremely good moves that lands him a spot in A tier. The buff definitely helped him out a little bit, but at the end of the day, besides his side special, his up tilt, and his up air, he really does not have much. All of his other moves are mediocre, so I'm going to put him low A tier, and I think that is a perfect spot for him. Iron Giant was the worst character in the game, but then we found out that he had an infinite combo, so he became the best character in the game. And then they removed his infinite combo, so he became the worst character in the game once again. But then, upon removing his infinite combo from the game in this patch, they also buffed him a little bit more. So he is below absolute garbage. Just put him out of the frame, man. He's trash. Nah, he's definitely not that bad, but he is in the running for worst character in the game. I do think he is just as bad as Velma. LeBron James was nerfed. I think that he was an S tier character before, but if I'm understanding these patch notes correctly, he can no longer do his down special to set up an edge guard that will hit you an infinite amount of times. Therefore, I'm going to put him high A tier. This is an extremely skillful character to play. I think that he is very good. He has a lot of potential in the right hands. However, I don't think he's as broken as he was in the beta, and I definitely don't think he is as broken as he was 2 days ago. I now think that he is A tier. You might disagree on that. Let me know. Morty is my personal main, and maybe I'm only going to put him this low because I've gotten to know this character and I now know his weaknesses, and his weaknesses are heavy characters because you literally cannot kill them until they're at 150 health, but I'm going to put him in C tier now, and I'm going to feel good about it. The only reason that I still main this guy is because I've gotten so good with him to a point where I don't think it would be worth switching and learning another character. I think that he is in desperate need of some buffs. In 2v2s, his rank is a lot higher. I'm going off of 1v1s. Most characters don't have moves that become completely useless in 1v1s. That is why I'm clarifying that we're talking about 1v1s here, but Morty's down special makes him absolutely awful in 1v1s. Therefore, I'm going to put him in C tier. I'm starting to see more and more Ricks, and these guys are really showing me the potential of this character. His mix-ups with his portals as well as his Me-Seeks, I think that's what they're called, Me-Seeks, Me-Six, I have no idea. As well as his jab string, which is one of the most slept on in the game, and his jab string into his up tilt. This guy has a lot of tools that I was not particularly looking at before when I put him in C tier. After seeing all of this stuff, I do think that he is better than Morty, and I think he deserves a good spot in B tier. Arya Stark is a character that I thought was bad simply because I hadn't seen any good Arya Starks, and I don't own the character myself, so I couldn't really see how much she was nerfed. But after seeing tens of Arya Starks, I'm going to put her in A tier. Even though A tier is getting pretty crowded now, I think that this character has some ridiculous strings that still make her a very strong character and one that is extremely easy to use. A tier is a great spot for her, I feel. I think in my last tier list, I put Gizmo in C tier or D tier, and that was definitely the biggest mistake that I made in that entire video. Upon playing Gizmo, upon seeing a lot more Gizmos, I'm starting to understand the full extent of this guy's potential, and I truly do believe he is still one of the best characters in the game, despite the negligible nerf that he just received. The fact that his fully charged arrow upon hit will be recovered makes this character one of the best spam characters in the entire game. The car move is insane. The popcorn move is insane. He gets jab, jab, down tilt, into roll, into down tilt, into jump, into down air, into up air, which just is a ridiculous combo off of a jab, man. I mean, this guy has so many options. You can play from afar, you can play up close. He probably has the best kill move in the game in his side special, which is literally Wonder Woman's, but just has more range and is safer because it deflects projectiles. I don't believe that Wonder Woman's does. It may, maybe I'm wrong on that. His down air into up air works at any percentage, thus making it an absolutely amazing kill confirm. His up air in general, great kill option. His side special, great kill option. This guy just has so many options, whether it comes to doing damage or finishing the job. He's absolutely insane, and he's small, so he's got that small hitbox. Great character. Stripe just got buffed in this new patch. They changed his down air. However, I still don't believe he's that good. I saw Stripe with like 10,000 wins. I beat him, man. He was using every tool available, and it just wasn't enough. I mean, this character is good. Don't get me wrong. He's not bad. I really do think he's high B tier. Maybe slightly below Rick, as a matter of fact. The chainsaw move is insane. The gun move is insane, but he doesn't have too much going for him that makes me think that he's broken besides his size, the gun move, and the chainsaw move. Batman's neutral special, the move that causes you to explode in 3 seconds, is one of the best moves in the game because you can 1. Air dodge the move and be put into a combo, or you can 2. Be hit by the move and then be put into a combo. Batman's battering is easily one of the best moves in the entire game. His jab string kills at like 110. His up special is insane. The hitbox is great and it kills very early. I don't think this guy is as broken as I once believed, although I do think that he is top 7 in the game. I have to put him in S tier. The only reason that I'm not putting him all the way up here is because these characters, in my opinion, are better than Batman, and the characters that we are about to put in there are also better than Batman. For example, Black Adam. This character not only takes absolutely no skill, but he does way too much damage. He is the only character in the game with an infinite combo at this point, I believe. All of his combos are pretty much predetermined. You just do his jab string into his up air, and you are going to get a 40 damage combo. He has the best recovery in the game with his up B that literally lets him fly as much as he wants. He can have a projectile shield, which is pretty much the only counter for stopping this guy's ridiculous jab strings is to stay away and pick him apart, but you can't even do that. This guy is literally a demigod. He can fly, he blocks projectiles, he does way too much damage, he can teleport, he can hit you on the stage wherever you are, despite him blocking all projectiles thanks to his down grounded move. I don't even know what it is. It might be just down tilt. His neutral air has an absolutely stupid hitbox and kills way too early. This character's broken, man. Marvin the Martian was nerfed, but all they did was remove his 0 to death combo, which you probably didn't even know was in the game. Yes, he has a lot of tools, but I'm going to put him right alongside of Morty because despite him having all these ways to hit you, unfortunately his moves just don't do damage. And also, just like Morty, he doesn't have a kill move. He's bad. I honestly think these two characters are very, very, very similar. They have the same struggles, the same play style. They're pretty much the exact same character, just destined to fail from the jump. Banana Guard got nerfed. They nerfed his aerial side special as well as his grounded side special, but all they did was make them do 2 less damage. I think this character is in the exact same spot he was before. They didn't nerf the knockback on those 2 moves, which is what people were complaining about, is the fact that these moves kill at like 70%. He's still very easy to play. He's an extremely strong character. He doesn't have the most ridiculous combos, but just his damage and his knockback alone make him an amazing character. I played Garnet thinking I would change my mind about this character. However, I did not. I don't think that she is the worst character in the game anymore, but I don't think she is any better than I once believed her to be, which is garbage. I'm going to put her in D tier, and I think that's a great spot for her. Her jab string is great, her neutral air is great, and she has a few other moves that are notable, but after developing an understanding for this character, I'm in the exact same spot I started with, and that is I do not think she's very good. Rain Dog got a buff that I potentially think could help him a lot. I already thought that this character was very strong in terms terms of projectiles, you know, placing crystals, his fireball moves like that, but his actual melee game was lacking. Now they changed the knockback of some of his moves, and I guess we'll see what the purpose of that truly was, but I believe it to be that he is going to get some very good combo strings. We're gonna see. Maybe this changes over time, but I'm gonna put him in B tier. I think that this guy could flourish to be an amazing character. We just have to see how this knockback change actually impacted his combo game. As I said, his projectile moves are great, and if he didn't get any combos off of the knockback change, then completely disregard what I'm saying right now and throw him right back in D tier or C tier. It's up to you. Jake the Dog is, in my opinion, the most balanced character in the entire game. Nothing changed. My opinion did not change on that. He is extremely balanced. He is the most fair character in the game. He's the most middle of the pack character in the game. I don't find him fun personally, but if you find him fun and if you are good with him, if you main Jake the Dog, pat yourself on the back. You should be proud of yourself because this character is not easy to get good with. Jason, in my opinion, is high B tier. Hear me out. Some of his strings are absolutely ridiculous. His jab string into his sidestep is great. His up special is, I would say, broken, both grounded and in the air. He kills so early and he does so much damage. He's very similar to Banana Guard, except far worse, in the sense that he does a stupid amount of damage. His moves are going to beat out your moves a lot of the time, and he can kill you incredibly early. Joker has the best up tilt in the game. His card moves are amazing. His combos are very easy to do and kill very early. He has some ridiculous 0 to death combos that aren't true combos, but will catch you most of the time if you air dodge in the wrong direction. He is incredibly strong. He is also, in my opinion, a better version of Batman. If you made Batman, there is a lot of similar concepts here. Just switch to Joker. That's my tier list. Let me know if there's anything you disagree on, and make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and leave a like on the video. It would help me a lot. See y'all later, man.